quick fast forward to the next morning. If you are interested in buying a Haven hammock, Haven tent, then watch this video right through to the very end, because you might find something that may interest you. So the roundabout camp has been done to death. I couldn't do one and compete with some of the views that people have been getting on them, so I figured everyone's seen that, let's try something different. So let's look at hammock camping on a central reservation. I'm not going to say where I am. It's a spot you can get to, so I'm not breaking the law. It is walkable. I've just got to cross a dual carriageway stealthily. I've just done a little recce, and there's a perfect spot in there for a hammock camp. So just coming up to the road now. I'm going to try and get across without any cars seeing me on this side of the dual carriageway, and leg it into the bushes. Right, it's as clear as it's going to get. Leg it! Jesus. I'm in. Hopefully no one saw that. So I've normally always got a set of earplugs on me. Because I hadn't intended to do this today, I haven't brought them. So either the noise of the motorway is going to be like a nice lulling background white noise, or I'm getting no sleep at all. So this is a spot I found. That tree there, across to that tree there, which is higher, but I'll just set it lower and have the hammock off-centered this way, I think. For my safety, there are barriers either side. You can see the Aluminium just up there, and you can see how close I am. To the actual road. Should be fun. At least I'm pretty positive I'm not going to get disturbed tonight. I'm not going to have anyone clapping in the woods or weird people, because apart from me, who's going to be mad enough to come out on a dual carriageway to get into a central reservation with trees in it? There's no real evidence of anyone being here before, so yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. I just had a little walk further down to see if there's any better spots, but I've gone as far as you can really, and you can't get through any further, any deeper, so I'm happy with this one. So I'm going to get the hammock up. I'm in the Haven XL tonight, so I've gone back to that. There's been an issue with the sleep mat that's been deflating. I contacted Haven and they said that, you know, unless it's got a leak, as in a hole in the actual mat itself, it shouldn't be a problem, but test it. Temperature wise, they reckon it could fluctuate, but not as much as it has been recently. So I put it up in the house, left it standing. In the morning it was absolutely fine. Obviously the temperature didn't fluctuate in the house, but I understand temperatures and contraction, and it wouldn't contract that much, and if it did, when it warmed up, it would fill up again. So I don't think it is that. It may have been just because I wasn't sleeping on it, so there was no pressure on it. But I've heard that there are possibly some issues with the valves, and I think some people have put like Vaseline around the valves to help seal it. So I've got some Vaseline with me tonight, so I'm going to give that a try, see if it stays up. fingers crossed. It's still comfortable anyway, even when it goes down a bit and deflates, so it's not a major issue for me. But it'd be good if that does resolve it, because it's a great hammock, and I have had a much better sleep in that than I have in the Onewind. The Onewind is comfortable, but I'm still struggling a bit with the banana shape. I can't get a flat lay. I'm struggling with getting the underquilt correct on it as well, as I mentioned in my last video. So whether that's me or the design of it, I don't know. But I will continue to use it. But I thought I'm going to give the Haven a try out tonight, just because I haven't done it for a while. So I'm going to get that up now, and I'll bring you back in a bit. Hug a tree. So, you know, the good thing about using my Felxtail gear pump on this, I don't really have to be quiet and stealthy about it. It's really quite a comforting feeling knowing that I can basically make as much noise as I like. I can stand here and shout if I wanted to. I won't, because sod's law, there'll be a police car sitting over the other side of the dual carriageway or something, but it's quite nice to know you haven't got to be dead quiet or worry about anyone getting here. Oh, that's pumped up. I forgot how comfy this is. Not a bad spot for a major A road. Right, Haven tents. If you're watching this, Tim, or God, I've forgotten your name. Anyway, here's a question. I've just noticed this in all the times that I've used it. And obviously, you guys, you're in America, you've designed it. I know it gets built in China or somewhere because it's cheaper, which is fine. Everything gets built out there. It doesn't make it bad. But I've just found a label which has confused me. Down here it says, designed in the UK and assembled in China. Are you pinching our designs? Where did that come from? If you are watching, comment below, because it'd be interesting to see how that came about. Never noticed it before. Didn't even see that little serial tag on there. But yeah, designed in the UK. Another one for us. I've got my Aegis Max tiny quilt again. It's a very warm day today. It's been naff the last week or so, but lovely a day, so this will sort me fine. And my Thermarest compressible cinch pillow. I've not tried that in this before because it's got a mat. I normally use my Vango one that I've got because it's got a strap around the back of it, so it holds it on there. This I tend to use in the Onewind hammock, but I'll try this tonight. Should be comfy enough. The only problem here, I don't have anywhere to hang my hammock chair. There isn't two trees sort of close enough to get comfortable, really. I can't use this as under hammock gear storage because it's square. It's too big. But I've got plenty of space inside the hammock, so I always put my stuff inside. I'll show you when it's all set up in a minute. I've got my Felxtail gear mozzie repellent, so I don't think I'm going to need it, but just in case. Jack Daniels. Also got my smidge head mesh as well, just in case, but fingers crossed. So I don't think I'll need it. So this is the Nino Flume pack liner from Outdoor Gear Essentials. So my bag is a 60. I mentioned flies, they turn up. My bag's a 60 litre, and that, as you can see, is more than big enough for it. Really strong, just weighs a few grams. It just keeps all your essentials dry no matter what. You could chuck this thing in the water and it'll still keep it dry. Okay, I'm going to put my usual tarp up, so I've got the Onewind tarp. Probably don't really need it. I just like a bit of cover anyway, but also when I have a light on later on, it's going to give me a bit more stealth in case there's any cars go past that might see it. So I'm using the Henge Hammocks Ridgeline with Nama claws. These have been working absolutely fantastic. It weighs like, I don't know, 10 grams for the whole setup, and it's just so easy to do. Very easy to connect the tarp to, which is fantastic. Not too bad a price. Hug a tree. So now obviously a lot of people will tie your tarp out to a tree, and a lot of people struggle with knots or getting them round, getting them tightened. So I decided to try something a bit different. Obviously I've got hoops in here for sticking in the ground and pegging, but I've got these tiny little, they weigh like a gram each, tiny little carabiners. Oops. Got them from AliExpress, they were a couple of quid. Oh, sorry about that, for the second time in the GoPro's life, it overheated. It is quite warm and it was sitting sort of in the sun, but not quite like it was in the tent last time. So basically what I was saying was, I've got these little carabiners on the end now. So what I do is I wrap them around whatever branch I need to and hook the carabiner on. Saves worrying about any knots, and then I can tighten it up using this cinch cord here. Works really well. Anyway, I'm basically set up now. It's pretty noisy. I'm assuming later on at night time it's going to be a lot quieter and there won't be as many cars coming past, so fingers crossed, we will see. Right, time to crack a beer open. Got 2 cans left of the old wife basher. Time to crack a beer open. Don't know if you can hear me. I need this. It's pretty warm. It's quite nice under here. I've got a bit of shade now, but the sun is streaming through. Obviously that's why the camera overheated. But I'm all set up now, nice and comfy. Looking forward to a quiet night's sleep. Not sure if that'll work. Being boring with my food again. Sorry. Soba sukiyaki beef and my chocolate porridge fuel for breakfast. That'll do me. I haven't actually got any snacks tonight. I didn't pack anything at all. But I've got plenty of coffees, I've got lots of water, Jack Daniels, 2 cans. Should see me through the night. Right, well it's 7 o'clock now. Temperature's really dropped since the sun's gone down. It's got quite chilly, so I'm getting a bit hungry, so I'm going to get my noodles on, have some food. We're just on can 2 of Stella. And I think I might make myself a coffee as well. Keep me going, I think it's going to be a long night. So I thought I was going to be undisturbed whilst I'm here in the middle of this dual carriageway. But I've already had one visitor. I had some cracking of twigs and screeching in the trees, and this little squirrel came running down a tree, stopped on the ground, looked at me, and came running straight over to me. Literally, no fear. Probably about 3 feet away from me, which I've never seen before with a squirrel, particularly in an area like this where they probably haven't even seen a human before. I got my camera out, but by the time I got a video of it or a picture, it scooted away. I thought it was coming over to have a look at my gear on the floor. But yeah, it shot back up and went up a tree, but it's nice to see I've got a bit of company for the evening anyway. Going posh tonight. Highland Spring. Suddenly got pretty dark. I'm underneath quite a lot of canopy here as well, so there's what little light there is not really getting through. For a camp on a dual carriageway in a central reservation, this is probably one of the most relaxed camps I've had. You might be surprised to hear that with the noise that's going on, but outside of Dartmoor I don't feel like I need to be quiet. I know there's going to be no one coming anywhere near me. So that edge you have where you think that someone might come across your camp spot, ask you to leave, move on or whatever, it's just not there. Because no one's going to come over here on a dual carriageway to a central reservation for a dog walk. So yeah, it's actually very chilled out. I've just been sitting here playing games on my phone and obviously making my food, and I'm having a coffee to warm up. I'll finish the beer off afterwards. But it's actually a nice spot. Apart from the noise. But I think in a way, having a constant noise sort of keeps away all those thoughts of other little noises that you might hear. So it's probably a good thing. Possibly. We shall see. Right, it's 10 o'clock. As you can probably hear, the traffic hasn't really quietened down. I'm assuming it will do when it gets very late, but I'm going to try and get some sleep now, and if nothing happens in the night, which I'm sure it won't, fingers crossed, then I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Hope you can hear me. I hope you had a better night's sleep than I did as well. Not so much because of the noise. I've had some problems with this hammock, and yeah, I'm not happy. I think I'm going to go back to the Onewind, but I will show you. I'll show you what's happened with this hammock. Okay, so the first time I used this hammock, it was the best night's sleep I've ever had. Slept all the way through, slept like a baby. Incredibly comfortable, loved it. And I thought this is the way forwards. Going on from that first night, the pad started to deflate more and more and more each time I used it. And I saw quite a few people online saying that their pad was deflating as well. And I contacted Haven, who said to me that it's temperature related, and that it can, you know, when it gets colder, the air contracts, makes the pad feel like it's deflated when it hasn't. But this has got worse and worse. I tested it at home, I left it up all night, it seemed fine. But any pressure on it, if you're laying on it, this thing goes down. Now, I've tried putting Vaseline around the valve, that hasn't worked. I am going to test it to see if it's got a leak anywhere, so I'm going to put some you know, washing up liquid on it and see if it bubbles, because it's too big to get in a bath. But basically, after about 20 minutes of me sitting here now this morning, this is what the pad looks like. It's completely folded in half, and I've spent all night long in this V, and it's not comfortable. I've literally every half an hour or so to an hour had to wake up, blow the pad up while I'm laying on it, because not only is it uncomfortable, it's not freezing cold at the moment. Temperatures got down relatively low last night, but I was really getting cold on my back and on my backside, because I'm just laying on the actual hammock itself, because the pad is deflated so much there is no insulation in it at all. Now that's one issue that I can get around if I can find the puncture and I can fix it. So that isn't a major problem for me. But what happened last night is, now as I said before, the zip that goes around here, because of the design of this hammock, this section here is like a suspension bridge. You can see the U shape of it. So this takes all of your weight effectively, and when this is zipped up, there's a huge amount of pressure pulling here. So when you're lying in here and trying to do the zip up, it gets to this point. So my zip goes from here down here, and when it gets to this point, when I'm doing it up, it's almost impossible to do up, because you're inside it and the weight of your body is pulling this down against the zip. So you have to sort of arch your back up to release the pressure here to then get it further forward, which I did. I got it up last night, zipped up fine. In the middle of the night, I got up to go to the toilet, started to unzip it, and as I got down to here, I realised the zip had busted from here to here. So there was a whole arc where the zip had just pulled apart. Luckily there was no mozzies. I did have my mosquito repellent on, so whether or not that helped, but this just left a big arc here. So suddenly I've got a zip that is now jammed here, and I couldn't do it up. So I got out of the hammock, and I'm to take the weight off of it, and I am slowly edging it up, trying to get this back up here so that I can undo it. I got to about this point, and the mesh, the zip on the mesh, pulled straight out of the actual zip runner. So now I've got the zip on here, the mesh loose, which I thought, great, now I can just run the zip up to the top here and reattach it. However, the zip should be on this section, the mesh section. This is where you attach it to. So basically, I now have no zip on my mesh. Okay, I can't do this two-handed, let alone one-handed, but basically this should be attached to that so that I can then zip that side into it. But I can't get this zip back on here. I struggled all night long, gave up. I also noticed while I was doing this that the mesh is torn. So there's a rip here, and that's come from the stitching of this tab, and I think it's because it's so tight. So yeah, I'm not impressed with it. So Tim, Derek, if you're watching, the Haven Hammock is going to be going. I struggled massively. I couldn't sleep last night. It was uncomfortable. The zip's busted. I don't know if I can be bothered to get the zip fixed. I could take it to someone to get it fixed. I can't fix it myself. But yeah, it's not good with the mat, with the zip. It's let me down. It's a real shame, because I've really enjoyed this hammock. I like it. It's comfortable. This is what got me into hammocking, because I was put off of a banana-shaped hammock initially. But it's going to be going in the garage with my 3FUR backpack that's damaged as well. So if anyone at Haven Hammocks is watching this, or Haven Tents, Tim, Derek, any of you guys, I want to say a big thank you for sending this hammock out to me. I know you sent this to me free of charge after we've been chatting, and I have loved it. I'm sorry to say that I'm not going to be using it again, not after what's happened last night. You guys as a company and customer service is absolutely fantastic. You've been great. You respond, you talk to me, yeah, you've helped me out, you sent me this hammock. So I do really appreciate that. This is not against you, this is just against the product. Now, whether this is a one-off with the hammock that you sent me or what, I don't know. The frustrating thing is, obviously, I have recommended this hammock because I loved it when I first had it. And I know a few people who contacted me and have bought it off the back of my reviews. And they've gone and purchased one themselves with their own money because I've said it's good. So I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to have a similar issue and then it's going to come back on me. So I do want to be honest in my reviews. I haven't abused and racked this hammock. This has happened just through natural usage. So yeah, hopefully it's just my one that's had these problems, and hopefully the people who have bought it from my recommendations don't have the same issues that I've had, and this is just a one-off. But obviously I'm going to have to go back to the Onewind hammock because this is just not suitable now. There's a tear in the actual bug mesh, the zip is knackered, and the mat has pretty much had it as well. If it was just the mat, I would try and find the leak and see if I could fix it, but it's not. You know, even if I fix the mat, the hammock's no good. So yeah, I won't be using it anymore. But thanks guys for sending it out to me anyway. I have liked it while I've had it. It's just a shame it's gone like this. Right, so that's me all packed up. Leave no trace, as always. Not that anyone would find it here, but that doesn't matter. Always leave no trace. Bit of a stupid video, this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Just goes to show you can find somewhere to camp wherever you are in the country. I'm not going to show you me playing Frogger, trying to get across the road again. Obviously if I get run over, then I'll try and turn the camera back on and show you my last dying words. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next video.